Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. This is my, of course, lovely post-market wrap-up on this Tuesday, January 26, 2021. Sorry, I'm out here a little late today. Long story. Anyway, here's the deal. Let's talk about what's happening and what we're hearing because it's frankly just stupid. Yeah, well, it's always stupid. But that's the beauty of it. The more stupid it is, well, I think the better off we all are. Those of us that can see through the dog shit. Would you agree? Let's talk about the market first. Stocks finished lower today. Whoa, wait a minute. We just had a record high yesterday. You mean stocks can fall? Well, I wouldn't even call it a fall. A fractional loss for the major indices today. Okay, big deal. What's it all about? Again, look at the 10-year yield, people. You know that. There's a little fear in this market. Market doesn't know what the Fed is going to say. We'll talk about that in a minute. So, you got that little, what's going to happen? Help. Help. That's the market. It wants more drugs. It wants another hit, and it's going to get another hit. Okay, so hold that thought. Like I said, we'll talk about that in a minute here. Cryptocurrencies, mostly flat today. Gold and silver, fractional loss. Dollar weaker. Crude oil, a little bit of a loss. Okay, that's pretty much where we stand here with the markets. We're in a holding pattern. We're in a holding pattern because of the Fed. All right, we're going to hear from the Fed tomorrow, I believe. And it's going to be just lovely. It's going to be beautifully lovely. I don't know about you, but I'm really not looking forward to look, I'm getting tongue-tied. Hearing Yellowstone, what comes out of his mouth, it's going to be the same thing. Easy money, don't worry about it. We're going to backstop the market. Things are not so good, but don't worry about it. Look, that's it. He won't tell you that we're in economic free fall. Oh, no, no, no. Everything is looking good, but we're going to keep our foot to the floor and we're going to print cash out of thin air like you have no idea, because you see, that's what we're here for. The Federal Reserve, to fulfill their end game. They must inflate. Okay. What I want to do here, I want to move forward just a little bit. Now, let's talk about a few of the lovely headlines today. Here's Market Watch. Are you ready? Sit down for this one. Consumer confidence rebounds on vaccine hopes and our improving economy. You can't make that up. This is right on Market Watch. That's the headline. I posted it right to Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn and on my in my chat room on my website, traderschoice.net. Free for you. Take advantage of it. So yeah, consumer confidence rebounds on vaccine hopes and improving economy. I run polls on this stuff. How many of you are getting vaccinated or want to be vaccinated? About 10% seem to want this vaccine. So I wouldn't say that there's any kind of a vaccine hope here. This is fake news. Our economy is not improving whatsoever. I think that's pretty straightforward. Let us move forward here. Now, this morning I explained to you, don't short this market. Well, here's Market Watch yet again. Here's the headline. Are you ready? How you could lose everything by short selling stocks. Can't make it up. It's right here in your face. But then it gets better. Hold that thought too. Oh, by the way, here, if you're thinking about going to Mexico or the Caribbean, here is what the lovely people there are going to ask you. Would you like a margarita? How about a beach lounger? How about a nasal swab? Yeah, they're offering free tests. If you go, they're going to shove a swab up your nose if you want it. Can't make that stuff up either. It's just too much. Anyway, I want to talk about this. This is very important. So we understand, and it's everywhere. Everywhere. Bubble talk. Market's going to crash. It's in a hyper bubble. It's this. Yeah, it is in a hyper bubble, but it ain't crashing yet. But what you're not supposed to know, so what I'm going to tell you right here, Please don't share it with anyone. I did post a link to this on, again, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn. November home prices rose 9.5%, one of the highest gains on record. What you're not allowed to know, because it's way over your pay grade, is that housing is in a monster bubble. Again, just like the stock market is, built on the back of the debt bubble. And this will get much, much bigger. But you see, they don't talk too much about a housing bubble because people might not run out and buy houses. They need you to do that for when this whole thing flips over and the banks can, again, throw you into the street because you're not paying your mortgages, and they could, again, reinflate a housing bubble. That's what they're going to do. They're going to allow this thing to crash like they did last time. They're going to kick people out of their homes and then inflate another bubble in housing so they can, again, rape everyone. That's really what it is. Let's call it exactly what it is. Now, here we go. This is what I love to hear. I want you to pay attention to this, and I want you to think for a moment. How many times have you heard what I'm about to tell you over the past, couple of years? Insider selling is alarmingly high, and stocks are in the crosshairs. I don't know about you, but I can recall, 50 times over the past, few years that insiders are selling. So that means the market's going down. How about it's done nothing but hit record high after record high? Wait a minute. We hit a record high yesterday. Yeah, we did. So when you hear insiders, because the insiders know everything, insiders are selling at an alarming rate, you better run for the hills. That means you should start buying. I think that should be clear. Now, let's move forward here. How about this one? It's just lovely. It's lovely. U.S. Senate votes overwhelmingly to confirm Janet Yellen as the first female Treasury chief. Well, they also just voted overwhelmingly for nuclear debt. You understand? The tag team of Yellenstein and Yellowstein? Epic. Epic, epic. And the market this is going to be the market. Watch, are you ready? Yeah, that's the market. Okay, here's another one. The ice is cracking on the bull market. This is Market Watch. Can't make this stuff up. It seems to be everywhere. We have all these bubble experts. Yeah, it's in a bubble, but you're trying to tell me it's going to burst right now with easy money coming at it like you can't believe? How about no? How about this one? This is CNBC. Bitcoin and crypto inflows hit a record high last week. That's the hedge funds I was telling you about. Lovely, isn't it? Now, I want to talk about this. See, let me explain this to you clearly. I want to show you something, just so we're on the same page. Bear with me. I'm gonna do something here that's kind of unusual. I want to take a picture of what I am looking at so you can see this for yourself. Now, this here, this is going to be lovely. That is Steve Leisman. This is CNBC. Steve. Actually, it's Leisman. Steve Leisman. Remember that face as I tell you, because you can't read underneath there. Now, Steve Leisman over there. Let me reopen this page. This is what he says. Forecast: Fed to taper this year. Steve, how about you're so full of shit, it's coming out of your big fat head. He knows that the Fed is not going to taper this year, and as a matter of fact, will be increasing its asset purchases. Why that thing that I just showed you the picture of wants you to believe this? Well, I have no idea. How about this one? The IMF raises its 2021 growth outlook based on mass debt expansion. Can't make that up either. It's impossible to do. Here's another one you're going to love. Bank of America warns, take profits. Take profits. No, I don't think I'm going to do that. It's specifically because Bank of America is telling me to do it. You can't make that up. It's impossible to do. Now here we go, going back to Yellowstein. This is CNBC. The Federal Reserve will need to reassure the market that it's not thinking about dialing back its support. Again, the market needs to hear the same thing over and over and over and over again. Can't make that up either, but that's really the environment we are in. It's so twisted. It's so freaking twisted that I don't even know what to tell you. But on a better note, Kimberly, if you're out there, Kimberly, you know who you are. I got it. I got it. See that line right there? Kimberly, I'm going to keep this right on my desk. Right here. I'm going to pet it and play with it every day. I promise. Thank you, really. All right, look, everybody. I think you get the picture. It's a freak show. Yes, it's a freak show. Am I part of the freak show? Going like this? Maybe I am part of the freak show. Maybe I am part of the freak show. But I'm having a good time. This guy loves you a lot. Please ponder these things I've addressed here in this lovely video. I will see all of you in the lovely morning. And I promise you it's still going to be a freak show. See you then.